This is Freeman317. Today is May 9th, 2012. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. I do not do videos on EFTs, but I did not say that I am not doing EFTs. I do EFTs, I do researches on every bit of fraud that has been perpetrated upon us. I don't just do rights and all that, but everything is based on your rights, okay? It's called birthrights. That's where your rights start. You have birthrights, and that's where your sovereignty starts. So, but I am doing all aspects of all kind of things, fighting the tax, fighting the mortgages. I'm doing the court thing. I mean, I'm doing it all, okay? Personally, not just talking about it. This is personally, okay? So this was an EFT instrument that was submitted on my on a light bill, my light bill, okay? Okay. Now let me. I'm gonna go through this and give you some examples of what's going on and how they responded. And for those of you who are really researching EFTs, you probably can put your 2 cents in on what this actually means and what this proves, okay? Now, they claim that it was returned because the account is closed, okay? Which most of you on the closed accounts are getting that statement back. To see a response letter was sent back to them, and this was the response that was given. Thank you for your inquiry on the above account. I guess reason or reference the March 1st, 2012 return payment. I am enclosing a copy of the check we received from Chase Bank, noted closed account. Now, if it came back, if Chase Bank submitted the check back to them with a closed account stamp on it, the check is to be sent back to me or the person who wrote the check, okay? Or they don't say stamp, they say noted closed account. But if it was noted closed account will be stamped on a check, okay? They wouldn't just send a letter. The bank would put a stamp on the check, closed account, okay? The original payment of $820, because that's what the EFT was made out for, was paid at our walk-in office on February 20th and paid direct to the cashier. Now, the reason why that was because on March 1st, they said it was a return check, and they came out and they actually cut my lights off the morning of March 1st. So I had to run down there and take them. I argued with them over the phone about the whole conversation and about the EFTs and everything. They kept transferring me. We went back and forth. But at the end of the day, I had to take them. I done it as soon as I got off the phone. But I'm saying at the end of the day, I had to take them the 800 and actually it was 870 because they charged some fees. Federal Reserve notes in order to force them to come back and turn my lights on, okay? And I figured I'd settle this later because I'll prove the fraud, okay? Because they have been paid. Now it says on March 1st, a copy of the check was returned to IPL. And let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Yep. Hope that helps you. I see this. On March 1st, a copy of the check was sent to IPL, and in return, this payment amount of $820 was charged back to the above account number. On March 1st, a copy of the check. Hope that helps you. I see this. On March 1st, a copy of the check was sent to IPL, and in return, this payment amount of $820 was charged back to the above account number. On March 1st, a copy of the check was sent back and was sent to IPL, and in return, this payment of $820 was charged back to the above account. Now, they just lied in this paragraph right here. I didn't even notice this till I'm reading this, and I'm trying to make this quick, but you always notice some lies. It says, thank you for your inquiry on the above account, March 1st, return payment. I am enclosing a copy of the check we received. They didn't say I'm enclosing a copy of the check we received. They try to say that they received the actual check back from the account and it was noted closed account. Well, You state down here that you received a copy. You received a copy of the check. You say you received a check back up here, but then you say you received a copy of the check. That's how they're lying. They never received anything back from the bank. The bank has never notified the person who issued this check off the closed account. Okay? A notice of this return payment was mailed to the above address and addresses to blank since he is listed as a customer of record. The notice stated $820 need to be paid on the account in the form of cash, money order, or certified funds before March 7 to ensure the services was not interrupted. At the close of business, they are I thought it was March 1st. I guess it was March 6th, because I didn't know it was returned on the 1st, and then I checked the account the morning of the 6th is what happened, because I kept checking the status on the account, because even online my account showed balance 0. Okay, so on the morning of March 6th, not March 1st. That's when I woke up and my lights was off, and when they was off, I checked online and noticed that they claimed the check was returned. So excuse me for that mistake. The $820 was still outstanding, and the service was disconnected on March 7th. No, they disconnected it on March 6th. That's a lie. If I paid my bill on March 6th, why would you disconnect it on March 7th? You see what I'm saying? That's a total lie. They disconnected my bill the morning of March 6th. I had to go down there March 6th and pay them. Okay? These are the mistakes they make, okay? But anyway, we'll get down to some more important pieces of this information. On March 7th at 9:24 a.m., $435 was received by our cashier in the walk-in office, and $435 was paid by debit or credit card. Via bill matrix, and service was restored, because there was a past due amount of $400. So what I did was, the morning that they cut it off, I paid $485, and then I called them, and then they said I needed to come down there and pay I paid $435, and then they said I needed an additional $435 before they turned my lights back on. So I went down there the same day. I paid $475 by credit card, and I went to their office and paid $435. Sorry about that. And went to their office and paid $435 cash as well. Okay, and that was not on the 7th. I'm gonna have to find my receipts, because I'm seeing more lies in this statement. Because if I paid on the 6th, how would you come cover? If I paid the full amount of $820, no, they say on the 6th the $820 was still outstanding. So I'm trying to rush through this, so I made another mistake. On March 7th, I guess it's the morning that they cut my lights off, and I end up paying that money. So this may be correct again. I was wrong up here. I think what happened on March 7th, I received a disconnect bill. March 6th, I mean. And March 7th, they woke up and it was off. And that's when I checked online, just like I said before. Paid them $435 online and walked in and paid $435. So that was $870 paid in about a matter of an hour, okay? And then they say I am enclosing the copy of the check we received from Chase Bank. Now, you said up here you received the check, and then you say right here you received a copy of the check, and now down here you're saying again you received the check. They never submitted the check to Chase Bank. They couldn't. If they submitted it for deposit, they committed fraud, and they're admitting to fraud. Okay? And I don't do EFT videos, so I'm not going to explain that too much. But they say I am enclosing the copy of the check we received from Chase Bank, and I highlighted their stamp of closed account. I thought it would be helpful to discuss with your bank if you had a copy of what we received. They say I thought it would be helpful to discuss with your bank if you had a copy of what we received. Now, why would I need a copy of this to discuss with my bank? If the bank sent you the copy, then they would have a copy to send me or send the person who issued this check. It never happened, okay? And the bank never sent them a copy of anything because they never submitted it to the bank. Oh, their ass is out on this. You can guarantee this. So they say they also noticed on the back of the check that someone had noted not for deposit. IPL does not have the ability to process electronic funds transfers. A check mailed or brought to the IPL office is processed as a traditional payment, i.e. payment amount is applied to the IPL account, and then the check is sent. The payment amount is applied to the IPL account, and then the check is sent onto the acceptable bank. However, even if IPL could process EFTs, this payment would have been rejected because Chase is indicating the banking account is closed. I hope this will be helpful. If I can be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Sincerely, Deborah A. Hatmaker, customer billing and credit. Now, they are lying about this EFT, because when you submit about the processing of a check, now we haven't used checks in so long that a lot of people are forgetting how checks operate. When you send a check to somebody for payment, it takes 7 to 10 days for closing. They never cash it that day. They never credit your account that day. You cannot send a check to your bank, your bill people, light bill or something, and the check on your bill the day they received it. Check your account online and your account has been paid, because it's a check, and the check itself has to be sent to the bank. The bank then they'll send a return check to you, but the bank, after 7 to 10 days, because it usually takes 2 to 3 days for processing when the people you send it to sends it to the bank, and then the bank will issue credits through EFT to the credits from your account to their account through electronic funds transfer. So there's no way that they would accredit your account if you sent them a check. There's no way they'll credit your account the same day they receive that check, because there's a process that has to be went through before that credit is given on the public side. However, on the private side is when this is what they're doing every day, is they're entering it in on the private side immediately through the EFT on the closed account side, but they're then issuing the actual check to the banking institution in order to get additional credits out of your personal account. Here I am doing an EFT video and don't even said I wasn't. No, and then she actually signs this. I scanned it and marked out the information, but she actually signed this wedding signature, and I believe it's blue. This is the key part of this video. This is a alleged copy of the check that was sent back from the Chase Bank to Indianapolis Power and Light. Now, for one, Chase is not going to copy this check. This is a copy of the check. This is exactly what they sent me. The person who wrote this check. This is a copy of the front and back of this check. Okay, how it was submitted to them for the account number and all that. They copied the check. They filled in some additional numbers down here at the bottom, which I have no clue as what those are. Those are not all the numbers on the check. They are different. Okay, why? I don't know. They issued these numbers, series of numbers here, 2 different series of numbers with the date. There was a mistake made on the account number, because the account is 1083363. The account through the IPL, and they marked it up here the right number, 1083363. They printed out up here at the top closed account, and they made it in parentheses in red. They also in red underlined the last name of the name on this check up here in this part. Why they did that, I don't know, but that was underlined red. This was printed in there, and it was put in red. This was done in red, and it says return reason D, closed account. Now see, I'm a little off, so let me slide over so you can see this, and let me blow it up a little bit more. Now they issue a series of numbers, this number, that number, the date, and then check this out. Now this is just a copy on a plain piece of paper. This is what they sent. They say this is a legal copy of your check. You can use it the same way you would use an original check. So what are you saying? They're saying this is a check. They're actually saying this is a check, and this could be used as equal to an original check. What I believe this is doing, they have redone it, and they have added some shit to it, and they have issued a place for an endorsement. Let me scroll back down and show you. Now right here, like I just read to you, it says this is a legal copy. And the legal copy is in all capital letters. Nothing else is in all capital letters in this paragraph. This is a legal copy of your check. You can use it the same way you would use an original check. Return reason D, closed account. This is the back of the check. Now this is the front of the check. They didn't mark no information on the check. Okay, none. Now let's go down here. Let's see what they did to the back of the check. Now the back of the check, not for deposit, EFT only, for discharge of debt, signed, authorized rep without recourse. Now, and then they just submitted me more proof. They submitted this to their bank, because here it is right here, PNC Bank. This is a Bank One check, Chase Bank. They said Chase Bank sent this back to them. No, Chase didn't. If Chase did, why in the hell would this be PNC Bank? All this computerized numbers on this line. All these computerized numbers. You got some issue, series of computerized numbers here. You got a series of numbers and some wording here. I couldn't even read that. You have some more writing here, and it's stamped with a series of numbers, and it says DW. Actually, that's her name. That's her file information, I guess. But it says for deposit only. Now, you committed fraud because it tells you for paying down continual recurring debt, not for deposit, not EFT only for discharge of debt. Now look at the back, not for deposit. So how can you deposit or attempt to deposit something that wasn't deposited, or that you had no lawful right to deposit? Now the main key about this is, like I said, now this is outside. Look at the top. This is what they put on. They copied the check front and back. They issued a series of numbers right here on the bottom. They issued the right account number here. They printed closed account in parentheses here. They put this in brackets. Brackets is removed from the page. I believe, not for sure if parentheses are, but I know brackets are removed from the page. If it's in brackets, it's removed from the page. So this shit they're saying about closed accounts doesn't even mean a damn thing. They got another series of numbers here, and all this shit is issued outside the check. And they say this is a legal copy of the check, and you can use it the same way you would use the original. I believe what is supposed to be done is this is supposed to be endorsed right here in something back. This paper is supposed to be endorsed in something back. Because this, let me scroll down a little bit. Sorry I'm talking so fast. I got some other things I need to be doing. I have some company, but I'm trying to get this information out to you. This is the actual size of the check right here. Okay? Here's what they did. They copied it, and they extended a line. And they say do not endorse or write below this line, because you're supposed to re-endorse this right here and resend it. Reason why I believe that is because here's an extra endorsement line that they made on this. They issued these different series of numbers. Okay? And they put up here that this is a legal copy of your check. You can use it the same way you would use an original. There was a mistake made in the account number. They corrected the account number. They put this return check closed account stuff in brackets. It's removed from the page. It's like it don't even exist. So look like that's not even there. They issued another series of routing numbers at the bottom for this specific account. So anybody try to use it, your ass going to jail. So I just want to let you know that right off the top. And then they make another space for an endorsement with another series of numbers. Now you tell me what this is. Okay? True Free Man 317 signing out.